What is name, image, and likeness? We're going to talk exactly about what that is. More importantly, we're going to talk about how you should take that money and what bank account you take it into. It is pivotal and no one else is talking about it. So get a pen and paper, get your mom and dad, get your family and other student athletes around you because this is critical and affects you in a huge way in your bank account. So the three things specifically we're going to talk about is what is NIL, right? And how does it affect you as a player? Number two, we're going to talk about the value of building a personal brand. And then number three, we're going to talk about how do you get the deals and what bank account and corporate structure it goes into. Okay, name, image, and likeness. Well, it's like your personal brand. So never before have high school kids been able to get out of high school and move into college making money in addition to a scholarship. So name, image, and likeness is getting paid for just that. It could be as much as putting your name on a jersey, putting your name on a shirt, and it's attracting brands who want to pay you. The biggest conversation I'm going to have towards the end of our video is where that money goes, what bank account it goes in, what structure it needs to go in, and no one's talking about it. Everyone's talking about brand building. They're talking about how to go get the deals. They're not talking about what bank account the money goes into and how that affects you and your family as you continue this journey, especially if you're on a full ride scholarship, because you already have a lot of money coming your way. Even though it's not taxable, NIL money on top of it is taxable. So NIL deals can come in many, many forms. It can come in trade. It can come in as different in restaurants as, you can come in and have $500 of food. So once a week you can come in and have, X dollars of food. It can come in forms of, just wearing somebody's gear, right? That's a free thing because they want their brand on you. And the more athletic you are, the more high profile you are, typically the more money we're seeing athletes get. The problem is, parents, you're being pummeled by agents and branding agencies that want to take huge commissions out of that versus you learn. Like, lean in and learn. I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you to understand money. I want you to understand finance enough that you can lead a team, because most of you are being led around and lose a ton of money and you're paying huge commissions and you're paying huge tax. None of that has to be that way, but you have to lean in. So subscribe to my channel, click the notification button, click the little bell. So every day, 5 days a week, 10 to 15 minutes is all I'm asking for. And if there's not a topic here on my channel that you want me to talk about, actually go to the comments and put in what you want me to talk about. So recognize the value of a personal brand. Now, typically you do that later in your life as you become an entrepreneur and you have a career. Like I have the Millionaire Maker brand. I've been building this brand for over 20 years. But as now a student athlete, 16, 17, 18, 20 years old, the value of your hard work, your academic excellence, your leadership, your community service, all those things are going to matter. And mostly your position, right? High profile athletes are getting more and more money. There are people literally making millions of dollars now that they can have name, image, and likeness. They have to make a decision whether they're going to, like some of them that I know of, have to make a decision if they're going to take the money, how they're going to take the money, and how that affects them if they actually go to the Olympics, because you're not supposed to be a paid athlete. So there's a lot of interesting discrepancies and conflicts that are going on. Everyone in the industry that we've talked to said the playing field is going to level out. Not sure what that all going to mean and how that's all going to fall out, because there is a certain amount of money. Does the school get it? Does the athlete get it? I've talked to a lot of contributors, big donors in big schools, and there's only a certain amount of money that they're going to contribute. So where does it go? Does it go to the school? Does it go to a school for a building, for a new indoor playing field, outdoor playing field, for upgrades, or does it go to one person? So there's a lot that's going to fall out in the next few years of some regulation around it. But in the meantime, the opportunity is right in front of you, student athletes. And how do you make the money? Start building a brand. Now, social media is typically Instagram and Twitter for athletes. You might be out on other channels, but those are where I'm seeing most of the brands being built. And you want to have a theme, a rhythm about what you're going to talk about. Your posts need to be consistent. You need to really watch your reputation. You need to have some content as part of it. And get followers, a lot of followers. Manage the algorithms so the channel could actually pay you. So when you meet the requirements or criteria of the social channel, they can actually start monetizing that way. But you want to be broader. Like if you're really going to build a brand and you want to see what NIL can do for you, you want to build your name, image, and likeness, right? You want people to be attracted to you. Another thing a lot of people don't talk about is charity. What is your charity? Where are you giving back? Where are you contributing to the community? All of that is going to make you more marketable in an NIL situation. Building a personal brand is a choice. And here's the thing I need you to think about is if you don't make the pros, where are you going to take your personal brand? Are you going to then transition it into a career and just continue to build? I would say yes. I've been building a database since I was 21 years old. And then that following, right, then went into a database that I was highly monetized, that I moved from fitness to money. And yeah, the database, it kind of fell out and different people left and most people stayed. But as you build a brand, build a database. So in the description below, I actually have what's called a rapid marketing system. It's a process that allows you to take your followers into a database at a very young age and actually start monetizing them by proper content, using NIL as the structure. The one thing I do want to say to you high school kids, if you are under 18, your parents have to own the entity and the corporate structure, which I'm going to speak about next. And supposedly, the research we found is NIL is not for high school kids. It's once you are scholarshiped or you have chosen and signed to a school, you can start getting paid, not necessarily before that. Now, I'm going to put on a different hat and say, well, I'm a mom and my kids have worked for the company and they've had a lot of businesses in their teens. So is this a business that you're going to do around your brand? And again, what's the content and the concepts that you're going to put into the brand to get the followers, right? Just posting fun, interesting videos is sort of going to get a following. Will it be stickable enough for a brand and then other big dealerships or companies to want to pay you? So how do you go out and get NIL deals? Well, you have to have one heck of an internet presence, right? So keep it up to date. It's got to be consistent. You've got to produce content. And again, we have other videos that have talked about that. So you can go up to the search bar and type in, NIL's branding deals, student athlete branding, and you can listen to those videos. I don't want to repeat that content here. What I do want to talk about here, though, is your NIL deals need to go into a company. If you're not 18 years old, like I said, your parents need to own the company. When my son turned 18, he became a partner in many of my companies. My daughter is 16. She will become a partner. And as a partner, you play differently. So again, if this is interesting to you, I put our office phone number, call our office or go to askloral.com. ASKLORAL, and say, I want to talk to Loral and her team about my child's NIL deal. Or if you're the athlete, say, I want to talk with my parents, because you do want to include your parents in this. There's a higher strategy if you do. If you're not cool with your parents, it doesn't have to be done. I could just say you have more opportunity. But the entity, the bank account, it's an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, or a limited partnership here in the United States. Which one depends on your state, depends on what you want to do, depends on your trajectory, all of that. Let my team please help you. So again, when you go to Ask Loral, say, I want to get incorporated properly, and it needs to be in the tax year that you've made the money. So right now we're filming this in 2022. If you made money this year, you need to be structured properly, or you could end up having a tax implication at the end of 2022, not be incorporated right. It's putting that money in a personal bank account. There's so many people that are just, about the money, taking commissions, but not caring about or advocating for the structure of how you take it, how you're taxed, and then how do you protect yourself so you actually win and don't end up broke. It's critical. Cannot wait to help you. Cannot wait to advocate for you. So again, go to askloral.com, put in your information, say I want to talk to Loral or somebody on the team about this, and our phone number is in the description. Also, go to the link where it says Rapid Marketing System. Just check it out. I think all of you need it if you're actually going to be building yourself a personal brand. Maybe you're not doing it now, but you do it in the rest of your lifetime. You need to know about it. We can help you do it for a very, 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 very reasonable fee and just help you understand digital marketing, content marketing, and the protection of your brand. Because once you start, it doesn't stop. Welcome to social media. Welcome to the internet. So look forward to helping you, and we'll talk again tomorrow.